Happy May 18th! Well, I thought I'd just take this last episode, not as anything special in a way, but just to talk about my whole experience with this whole series and everything. First of all, I kind of want to start with like kind of ranking all the games. I genuinely think, I would say the biggest reason is probably nostalgia, but I think my number one is going to have to be New Super Mario Bros. Wii. It's just, I don't know what there's about that game. I think it's perfect. There's like maybe one or two levels I'd cut, but everything else is just, there's no bad levels in that entire game. It's the shortest one, sure, but still the quality is so good. And this came very surprising to me, but I think the second best game is actually New Super Mario Bros. 2. I had never played it before, but that game is actually really good, even though I was complaining about the difficulty whenever I played it. I would actually then say that the next game is maybe Luigi U. This spot is a bit hard to say, because the second to last spot is pretty much the same for me. Like, it's the original New Super Mario Bros. And Luigi U, both I feel like have the same like rank, because in my opinion, not a big fan of the level design in either. A lot of the time there's a few really good levels, but I think the thing that sets them apart is that they are probably the most difficult of all the games, those two specifically. And yeah, New Super Mario Bros. Is probably just because it's an older game and games have kind of become easier gradually over time anyway, but that's why specifically Luigi U is on there, because that genuinely surprised me how difficult some of that was for a Mario game. But yeah, at last is definitely New Super Mario Bros. U. I'm sorry for anyone that likes that game, but it's kind of mid. A lot of the levels are kind of boring, really easy. I'd say that game is by far the easiest in the whole series. And I still wanted to bring up the deaths, because I did count all of them for specific worlds. I also kept it like that, where I world specified them. And this includes today's video, where I died 0 times, but still, I included it. The total for the entire game of Luigi U, I died 213 times. That seems like a lot, because it is a lot. But when you really look at the broader picture, one of those levels is 1/4 of the deaths. Because I died 46 times in that fucking firebar level. And other fun facts are, I actually died less in World 4 than I did on World 1. And I died the same amount as World 1 on World 7, so that's pretty cool. And I had the most deaths on fucking World 5, which is where I played as Nabbit, until I reached World 8, and then obviously World 9 has 70 deaths in total, so yeah, that wasn't great. But World 8, genuinely, I doubled the amount of deaths. Actually, more than doubled, I tripled it when I got to the last level, the final level, and I died to that 22 times. I don't know if any of these statistics are like cool, but it's kind of whatever. But yeah, that's it for the deaths. One more, or a few more things I wanted to say is that, first of all, this was one of the first like actual bigger projects ever that I've finished in my life, apart from maybe like my albums, because I've released 2 of them. But genuinely, this is the first time I followed through with something. It's a big joke and has been on my channel for a while, although a lot of you won't know, because 99% of you, and by that I mean only like one person maybe knows this. I've tried to make a Terraria series 5 times now, I think. 2 times I've never even released the first episode, but I did try to make one. Yeah, 5 times in total I've tried to either do a Terraria series or begin one even. And it's just, I can't for some reason with that game. I feel like I maybe removed it, but for the longest time I had a joke where I had a single episode of Layers of Fear up, and that was it. I never continued it. Same with Human Fall Flat. There's a lot of games where I just made 1 episode, then I quit. I never finished it. The only times where I've actually finished something is where I make the whole game into one video, because you can't fuck that up. If you release the video, it's released. You've done the game. But yeah, I also wanted to mention the fact that I began uni in the middle of this university, for anyone who isn't in the know. And it's kind of funny because me beginning uni and my uni life overall kind of interlocked with this series accidentally. I somehow, it was in Wii, I believe in World 3. That rhymed, fuck me. That also rhymed, but like, I believe that's when I got accepted into uni, I think. Then I began it like way later, in like World 6, I think, or something like that. It's weird. After that, everything kind of interlocked. Stuff was kind of coinciding with this, and I'm actually currently, I'm at the point where I'm going to do on-the-job training training or learning or whatever, or I guess some people in English would call it an internship, but I'm gonna be starting to do that now, literally, I think the beginning of next month. So yeah, I'm going forward. Speaking about going forward, I want to talk about what I'm going to be doing in the future, because as you know, this is the end. You are no longer going to be seeing me tomorrow, unless you go back and watch my old stuff. So I want to just throw out a few ideas of what I could do. First of all, I will say, I am not doing overall just 3D Mario. First of all, how fucking long do you think that would take? 64 has like, what, 120 stars or something? Fucking Galaxy has 363. Don't ask why I know the exact number. Fucking Odyssey itself has 1,000, approximately. I'm not doing that. That's genuinely like 3 years of my life. I'm not doing that. And also another reason I'm not doing it is because my friend already did Galaxy, and it's up on their channel, and they also did Odyssey, but I believe they might have taken that down. I don't remember. I don't know. I could link that in the description. I probably will. If you want to see fucking daily Galaxy content, they've made an entire series. It's already done, because that was what inspired me, but whatever. But ideas I could do is, if I want to continue with the 2D theme, I could technically do Mario Wonder, but the problem is I don't know exactly how to do that, because I was thinking 1 Wonder Seed per day, but the problem is there's like 2 per level, and you can get both during the completion of 1 level, so maybe I should just do like 1 level per day. I don't know if that would work though. Another idea, which this is more hashed and this would actually work, is if I did both 3D Land and 3D World. I'm not exactly sure how many there are, but I believe that's closer to a year. But those are pretty much the 2 ideas I have of what I could do next. Honestly, I will not be doing those for at least a year. I will absolutely promise you that I'm not doing them for at least a year. But if I do something in the future, those 2 will probably be, it'll be one of those. In other news, the compilations / supercuts, whatever the fuck you want to call them, for this series and these games, the first one will be coming out, I believe, a week after, or at least that's my goal, is for it to come at least a week after this episode. So in a week you'll get that, hopefully. I'm still in the progress of doing it. The rest, honestly, TBA, I do not yet know when those are gonna be done, because unfortunately I very much underestimated just how boring watching back my actually shittily edited videos from back when I started this series was gonna be. And a big part of that is because, like, as I said, my editing was so fucking boring and shit. Like, it's weird, because if you go back, I've somehow gotten my editing better, even though all I've done is cut things and sometimes add text. That's all I've done, and somehow my editing has become better. But yeah, the supercuts compilation, for the fuck, they will be coming out at some point in the future. I guess those you will maybe look forward to. As kind of one of the final things I wanted to say here is that I kind of want to use this as a platform to announce the fact that yes, my next album, which I'll release the title right now, Dreaming in Daylight, will be coming sometime this year, probably. And I mean, it's crazy because I've released an album every year for, I guess this is now the 3rd year I've done it. And it's crazy because the last album released during the Mario series, and now I'm releasing already another one. But with this album coming out, you might remember my singles coming out on May 20th. In total, there will be 3 singles that will now be coming out in advance of the album. I do not yet have an actual release date for the album itself, but the singles are gonna come out soon anyway, so yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to say. That's it for actual information, but I do still finally want to thank everyone who has stuck around in the comments, and specifically also Tamphy for inspiring me to even do this whole thing in the first place. Like, I don't know, I genuinely want to thank you. Even though this was at most times kind of hell, I do still think I very much enjoyed it. At least as a finished product, I will say it brings me joy. Even if making it was actual fucking pain at times. Obviously, like right now, it's not. Let's go see my stats real quick. Alright, I have collected 10,000 coins, 271 star coins. Goomba stumped only 33? Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Yeah, well, I guess that's that. I guess I won't see you tomorrow, but maybe sometime in the future. Bye-bye!